The transfer window is ongoing, and whilst it has been a little quiet over the last few days, Celtic are going to be in for a very busy couple of weeks. In today's video, we will talk about the new signings Celtic have officially announced, take a look at the giant cash windfall the club have received, whilst also going over all the latest Celtic news from the last 24 hours. But first, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Celtic content. Celtic's Mikey Johnston, a talented winger, faces a setback as he's been sidelined for 3 months due to a back injury. The unfortunate Celtic Academy graduate has been plagued by a series of injuries since his promotion to the first team, hindering his ability to make a significant impact. Johnston enjoyed a period of good health during a stint in Portugal, managing to play a series of games without sustaining any major injuries. He returned to Celtic this summer on a high note, having made his debut for Ireland. However, this recent injury could potentially be a severe blow to his career at Celtic. Speaking to Sun Sport, Brendan Rodgers expresses regret over Johnston's situation. Sadly for Mikey Johnston, he's going to be out for a few more months. He's got an injury of his back. He will be out for a near 3 months. His job when he returns is to convince myself and the coaches that he is ready for a place. Celtic are currently in Portugal for their warm weather pre-season camp, and Johnston's future with the club is under scrutiny. His contract with Celtic expires at the end of the season, and his reoccurring injuries raise concerns about his ability to maintain the fitness level required for a consistent run of games. Just a fortnight ago, Johnston was eagerly anticipating the opportunity to play under Brendan Rodgers this pre-season. It was Rodgers who gave Johnston his first start at Celtic, adding a layer of poignancy to the player's current predicament. Just a quick one, boys and girls, to tell you that we have a new drop available on our website. We have the Brendan Rodgers Pope tee, along with the Celtic Ultra t-shirts. Do browse the collection by going down to the link in the description, or going to celticapparel.com. Anyway, let's get back into today's video. Yokohama Marinos and Celtic have confirmed the permanent transfer of Aiwa to Celtic, following the conclusion of his initial loan period. Aiwa, who was signed in January following the same pathway as Maida, Celtic initially signed the player on loan, with an obligation to finalise the purchase in the summer. This strategy effectively allows a club to defer the payment of a transfer fee until the summer. With this arrangement, Aiwa now becomes a permanent member of Celtic's playing staff, and Marinos will receive compensation as per the terms agreed upon in January. Aiwa's start at Celtic has been relatively quiet, but he had the opportunity to play in the pivotal cup final due to an injury to Cameron Carter-Vickers. Interestingly, although Ange Postecoglou viewed Aiwa primarily as a defensive midfielder, he was deployed as a centre-back during his final weeks of last season. Aiwa is no stranger to this position, having spent a significant portion of his career as a centre-back in Japan. It will be intriguing to see how Brendan Rodgers utilises him in the future. Aiwa and Maida will be back at their old stomping ground this month to play in a pre-season friendly. For Celtic fans, it will seem like a long time ago since they were keeping an eye on how their heroes were getting on in the World Cup. The Hoops faithful closely watched the likes of Josip Juranovic, Dyson Maida and Aaron Moy in Qatar. The support wanted these men to make Celtic proud in their performances, and they certainly did. Along with ensuring their club's fans felt a sense of pride, the boys who represented their countries in the Middle East wielded some cash in for their team. Recent figures that FIFA published show that Celtic made $664,326 from the appearances of their players at the World Cup, more than any other Scottish club. A quick currency exchange on Google will tell you that the Scottish champions received £508,000 thanks to Maida, Juranovic, Moy and Carter-Vickers' displays in Qatar. This shows that having players who turn out for their nation at the top level offers the club a financial boost. These incoming funds will be most welcome at Celtic as Brendan Rodgers looks to strengthen his squad for the 2023-24 campaign. The transfer saga involving South Korean winger Yang Ho-Yeon-jun and Scottish Premiership champions Celtic has taken several twists and turns in recent weeks. Despite a £2.1 million deal reportedly on the table, leading to speculation that Yang's potential move to Celtic Park might fade as the summer progresses. Brendan Rodgers is already deep into his pre-season plans with the team, and the delay in finalising Yang's transfer could potentially impact the team's preparations for the upcoming season. The 21-year-old attacker, in an interview with Korean outlet SPO TV, attempted to shed some light on the reasons behind the delay. The stagnant situation is gradually being resolved, Yang said. The club have re-evaluated the value through CEO Kim Boyong-ji during the one-on-one meeting. Still, there seems to be some progress. I think I hurt the fans too much. I want to make the fans smile and go to Celtic. Yang's comments suggest that the final fee between Celtic and his current club, Gangwon FC, is yet to be agreed upon. This has been a significant sticking point in the negotiations, with Gangwon initially reluctant to let their forward leave until the winter window. The K-League side is currently embroiled in a battle against relegation and views Yang as a crucial player in their survival bid. This stance led to a strong reaction from Yang, who expressed his desire to join Celtic and compete in the Scottish Premiership. In a potential turn of events, Gang Wong's position appears to have softened, with the club indicating they would allow Yang to leave if their valuation is met. Yang can play right wing, left wing or as a centre forward. Celtic manager Brendan Rodgers has cleared up the situation with Alistair Johnston and an injury. Last night a report suggested that Johnston could miss the start of the season. Sadly, it seems like that is an inevitability with the Canadian recovering. Johnston first injured his ankle in our Scottish Cup semi-final win over Rangers in April. He sat out for 4 matches, returning for our final 2 games of the season, as well as a couple of international matches. But the injury has flared up again since. Rodgers offered an update at a press conference in Portugal and revealed that Johnston has actually undergone surgery on his ankle. Alistair had an issue when he came back from international duty, Rodgers said as reported by STV. He's had a slight problem with his ankle, but he's had the operation on his ankle, it's been successful, and he's out here with us. It's probably a 6 to 8 week injury, but hopefully he'll be back sooner than that. He's progressed really well and it's better to have it done at this stage of the season than some time into the season. A 6-week layoff would see Johnston miss the start of the competitive action, and in a race against time to be fit for the first derby of the season. Celtic will likely have to rely on Anthony Ralston for our upcoming matches, although we shouldn't rule out the club making moves in the transfer window. Johnston is going to be a big miss, but the priority now will be to have him back up to speed by the start of our Champions League campaign in mid-September. It's not been a great day to be a Celtic player with the surname Johnston, after news of Mikey Johnston's 3-month layoff was announced earlier. We hope to see both back in the hoops very soon. With Celtic making some positive movements in the transfer window with the acquisitions of Odin Thiago Holm and Marco Tilio, inevitably players will have to move on. And one such player that has been moved on is Connor Hazard. The Northern Ireland international joined Plymouth Argyle this week on a 3-year deal, as he looks set to kick-start his first-team career. After signing on the dotted line with the English Championship club, Hazard took to Instagram to say his goodbye to the club and the fans with a heartfelt farewell message. Hazard said, "I want to say a massive thank you to all my teammates, the staff and the fans of Celtic FC for the past 9 years. The support you have shown me since joining at the age of 16 has been immense. I have lived the dream playing for you and will always support the boys. Thank you." Celtic replied simply, "Good luck, Connor." It is us that should be thanking Connor. If it wasn't for his heroics in the 2020 Scottish Cup final penalty shootout against Hearts, there would have been no historic quadruple treble. Even though he was a bit part player in the club's overall history, his contribution to that day will always be remembered by the fans and the history books, as the 2 penalty saves created wonderful memories for the Celtic support. Hazard has shown that he is worthy of first-team football after his successful stint in Finland with HJK Helsinki, where he helped the team win the title. The 25-year-old is clearly looking to add to that experience and sees a move to the English club as the ideal opportunity for him to achieve that. Again, we wish Connor the best of luck in the future and hope that he gets all the success he deserves. Celtic fans, what are your thoughts on Iwata and how many more players do we need to sign this summer? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video, guys. Make sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for daily Celtic content. Remember, we have released our brand new Celtic t-shirts. We have our Brendan Rodgers Pope t-shirt and our Celtic Ultra t-shirts too. You can find them at celticapparel.com or just go down to the link in the description. Thank you. Bye bye.